All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to connect two things you'd probably never think go together: a super common problem you might have in your own home, and a massive vision for an entire country's power grid. This is the story of PowerPulse. So, let me ask you something. Just take a guess. Out of everything that can possibly go wrong in a house, theft, fire, storm damage, you name it, what do you think is the single biggest reason people in South Africa have to call their insurance company?
You're looking at it, the humble water heater, or geyser as it's known there. It's kind of surprising, right? But it's also incredibly expensive and fails all the time. But here's the thing, that's not the real story. That's just the clue that leads us to something much, much bigger.
You see, when your water heater bursts, it's not just bad luck. It's not random. It's actually a symptom, a sign of a much deeper, more chaotic problem that's happening behind the walls of our homes every single day. And what is that problem? Well, it's this hidden war that's being fought constantly between our appliances and our unstable power grid. Think about it. Every power surge, every little dip in voltage, every outage, it's like a tiny battle that puts enormous stress on the parts inside the devices we depend on.
Now, this is where the PowerPulse team got really, really smart. They looked at all that chaos and instability, and they didn't just see a problem to be solved. They saw an opportunity. They realized they could use intelligence to basically play arbitrage with that volatility. It's about turning that unpredictable mess into a predictable high-margin advantage. It's a total mindset shift.
And this chart really shows you the difference between the old way and the new way. Standard protection, like a circuit breaker, is totally reactive. It trips after the damaging surge has already hit. This causes what's called harsh thermal cycling. Basically, you're shocking the system over and over. And the worst part? You get zero data. You're completely in the dark about why it failed. But PowerPulse is predictive. It manages the power flow, decelerating the wear and tear. And here's the kicker. It captures data on every single event, turning that dark spot into what they call actuarial-grade intelligence. We're talking data so good that an insurance company can literally bank on it.
So, how in the world do they do all this? Well, they've built what they call the Core Intelligence Engine. The best way to think about it is like a smart, protective brain that sits right in between that chaotic power grid on one side and all your valuable appliances on the other. And this brain basically does three really important things. First, its intelligent switching smooths out all those jolts from the grid, which prevents your devices from getting worn out so fast. Second, it's a data machine. It logs every little surge and dip, turning all that noise into patterns and predictive insights. And third, and this is so key for the business, this one core brain is totally scalable. It's the foundation for a whole family of different products. Okay, so let's check out that family of solutions. It's great to have a smart brain, but how does it actually show up and help people in the real world? Well, it's put to work through specific pieces of hardware, and each one is designed to solve a very distinct problem.
First on the list is Solar Boost. This is their way into the homes of people who are already thinking about energy. It cleverly lets you connect a superpower-hungry water heater to your solar setup, but, and here's the magic, you don't need to buy a bigger, more expensive inverter or battery bank. It makes going solar way more affordable. And by automatically balancing the load, it actually makes your existing batteries last longer.
Next up is Geyser Guard. And here we are, right back where we started. This device uses that same gentle switching logic to stop the violent heating and cooling cycles that literally destroy water heaters from the inside out. Even better, it can detect the signs of failure early on, giving you a warning before your ceiling collapses. The result? A proven, massive reduction in those insurance claims. And when I say massive, I mean it. We're talking about an 85% reduction. Just let that number sink in for a second. 85%. That is the kind of number that makes an entire industry, the insurance industry, sit up and pay very, very close attention. Dropping your number one claim by 85% is a complete game changer. And finally, there's GridGuard. This one zooms out from just your house to the bigger picture. It intelligently shifts when your heavy appliances run, which reduces demand on the grid during peak hours. That doesn't just help keep your own lights on during an outage, it actually lessens the strain on the entire utility's infrastructure. It's a win for you and a win for the whole system. So look, here's the most important thing to get about the business model. PowerPulse isn't really in the business of just selling boxes. That's just the start. They are building a platform that flips the whole model on its head, moving from a one-time hardware sale to a recurring revenue stream that's built on pure intelligence.
And their mission statement really says it all. It doesn't matter if you're the homeowner, the insurance company, or the power utility. The goal is the same for everyone. More savings, more stability, and way more control in what's become a really chaotic energy world. So let's quickly walk through how they make money, because it's pretty smart. It's like 4 layers stacked on top of each other. Layer 1 is the basics. You sell the hardware, you make a margin. Simple. Layer 2, you build out a network of installation partners so you can scale fast. Then, layer 3, you start adding on services like maintenance and support. But the real prize, the top of the pyramid, is layer 4, high margin, recurring subscriptions, selling that priceless risk data directly to the people who need it most, the insurers.
And every one of those layers, every device they sell, is all building towards a much, much bigger ambition. The endgame isn't just about protecting a few appliances in your home. The vision is to become an essential, intelligent layer for an entire country's energy grid.
And you should know, this is not just some idea on a whiteboard. They've already put 4 million rand into R&D. The technology has been developed, the prototypes have been battle-tested, a lot of that early high-risk work is already done. They've proven this thing actually works. And the road ahead is mapped out really clearly. Stage 0, all that R&D, that's in the rearview mirror. They're in stage 1 right now, proving out the numbers with insurers and getting the first units made. The next step, stage 2, is all about funding the move to mass production. And that's what unlocks the final vision, stage 3, deploying this network as a strategic national asset. So you might be asking, what stops someone else from just copying this? Well, their competitive advantage, their moat, is two-sided. On the physical side, once this hardware is wired into your home, it's a real pain to switch out. But the real lock-in, the powerful defense, is digital. The data they collect creates this incredible compounding intelligence moat. The more data they get, the smarter their system becomes, the more valuable they are, and the harder it is for anyone else to ever catch up. Which brings us to this one final, really powerful question. Remember how this whole journey started? With one single failing water heater. Is it actually possible that by putting a little bit of intelligence at the edge in millions of ordinary homes, that a whole network of smart appliances could become the key to stabilizing an entire nation's power grid? That's the huge idea and the incredible promise of PowerPulse.